Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to continue our unit on choosing a place to live from Unique Learning Systems May unit. We're looking at lesson 5. So if you want to follow along on the student view, you can log in and view lesson 5. I also sent you a roommate problems activity to complete on paper, but we're going to do it together on the video today. If you want to do it on your computer or iPad, again, you can log into the May unit of Unique Learning Systems and look at lesson 5. It's called Living with Others. Before we start reading our article for today, we're going to review our learning objective. Today, I want you to find one thing to do to be a good roommate. So what is one thing that you can do to be a good roommate? We have talked to several people over the last couple of weeks and learned about their experiences with roommates, and some of the things that worked, some of the things that didn't work. So you need to think about the things you can do to be a good roommate if you would like to live with others, either in an apartment, with your family, or in a group home. While we're reading today, we're going to see some of these words. We're going to talk again about choosing where to live. That means you're picking or you're deciding where you want to stay, where you want your home to be, where you would like to sleep and keep most of your things. We've talked about how some people might want to live alone. Today, we're going to talk about how some people might want to live with others. So we can see that different people want different things. We've talked a lot about our wants and our needs. When we talk about things we need, those are the things we need to be healthy and safe, and things we want are things that we'd like that make us happy. Today we're going to talk about sharing, and we're specifically going to talk about sharing responsibilities. And we've learned about some of the responsibilities you have when you have a home. If you have a roommate, you'll have to share those responsibilities. We're going to talk about some fun things or fun activities you can do when you have a roommate. We'll talk about taking turns or sharing responsibilities with housework or cleaning, being respectful of each other by using our manners, and pitching in and helping each other out. We're also going to talk about how it can be hard or difficult to have a roommate. You have to be able to get along and work together. You have to show that you can respect each other, that you'll share your space in the house and your responsibilities. And you probably want to be able to have fun together. We're going to talk about roommates, and we're talking about someone that you live with. It doesn't mean that you're sharing a bedroom, but they might be someone that you live in an apartment or a house with. And last but not least, we're going to talk about how you can be a good roommate. So the things that you can do to make living with others work. All right, I'm going to skip over to our story now. And after we read, we'll do the activity that I sent you. And again, you can log into that and do it on the student view on a Chromebook or iPad. All right, our article today is called Living with Others. Some people choose to move in with others. Remember, not everyone wants to live with others, just some people. They may live with others in a home, a care center, group home, or apartment. We've learned about some of those different options: living in a house with friends, a care center where there are staff all the time, or a group home where there are staff most of the time, or apartment where there are staff in the evenings or sometimes just a couple times a week. So you can live by yourself in those settings, but you could also live with others. You could live with a roommate or several roommates. Living with others can be fun. You can do a lot of fun activities together. Living with others can also be hard. When living with others, you have to share. That means you need to take turns doing things. You must do your share of the chores. So that means you need to help with cleaning the house, vacuuming, cleaning the bathroom, organizing the cupboards, throwing out expired foods, all the different things you need to do to keep your home clean. When living with others, you must take turns watching TV or playing games. How would you feel if you had to watch your roommate's favorite show all the time? So you might even have to make a schedule to decide whose turn it is to pick your show. And instead of just watching TV all the time, plan some activities you can do together, like playing Uno or Sorry. When you live with others, you might have to use some of the rooms, furniture, and appliances where you live, and you're going to have to share those too. You and your roommate or roommates will have to share space in the refrigerator and in the cupboards. You might have to share furniture in the living room. And last but not least, you're going to have to share costs and split bills. When you have an apartment or rent a home, you pay rent every month, and everyone will have to pay their share of the bill for your home. You'll also have to pay for things to clean your home, like window cleaner and toilet cleaner, and pay for utilities like your electricity and your water. So as a roommate, when you're living with other people, you have to share those costs and split those bills. When living with others, you have to clean up after yourself. You have to keep your clutter picked up. Don't leave your things laying around the house. Wash your own dishes. Clean up after yourself, whether you're using the bathroom or hanging out in the living room with friends, cooking, whatever you're doing, make sure you clean up after yourself to show respect for your roommate. When you're living with others, you have to respect them and their things. You should ask before you take or use anything that isn't yours. So remember, before you use someone else's things or touch someone else's things, you ask for permission. To show respect, you should also keep the volume on the TV and the music down. How would you feel if your roommate woke you up playing their rock and roll at 2 a.m.? I know some of you would like it, but make sure your roommate likes it if that's something you're going to do. To show respect to your roommate, you should also make a plan before you invite people over. Make sure your roommate doesn't have anything going on and they're okay with having company. And you should also be quiet when your roommates are resting. Will you be a good roommate? Let's find out by doing this activity. I sent you a copy of this that you can cut out, and then you can put the cards where they go here. It's called Roommate Problems. This column tells you what the problem is. When we read these, we'll read what the problem is. Then this asks, what will you do? Remember, the first step to solving a problem is to identify it, to be able to say, this is the problem. Next, you make a plan. What will you do and what will you say? And we'll look at some choices here. So let's start. Here's our first problem. It is late at night. Your roommate is watching a football game and cheering very loudly. You cannot sleep. All right, the problem is that it's very late. Your roommate's TV is too loud, so you can't sleep. What will you do? Will you talk it over with your roommate? Will you get mad at your roommate? Maybe don't talk to them or yell at them. Or will you do it yourself? You should
Talk it over.
talk it over with your roommate. Ask your roommate, can you please turn the TV down? I'm having a hard time sleeping. What will you say? Please turn it down. Or we need to take turns with this. That's right. Please turn it down.
Please turn it down.
It is late and I need to sleep so I can get up early for work. The next problem, you see your roommate using your toothbrush to brush their teeth. Ew! What will you do? Will you talk it over? Will you get mad? Or will you do it yourself? Let's see. Will getting mad help?
Get mad.
Oh, I don't think so. We're going to, I don't know how to change it here. We're going to talk it over. Instead of getting mad, we're going to talk it over with our roommate. What will we say? We need to take turns with this. Should we take turns sharing each other's toothbrush? No. Could we say, this is mine, please use yours? Absolutely. Your roommate should use their own toothbrush to brush their teeth. Our next roommate problem. Your roommate always uses the microwave, but does not clean it after using it. It's always messy. What's the rule if you splatter when you're using the microwave at Pathways? That's right, you clean it up because we're being respectful, because we share the microwave with each other, and we clean up our own messes. So what would you do if a classmate at Pathways or a roommate where you live, it could be mom or dad or brother or sister, what would you do if they were using the microwave but not cleaning up after they used it? Would you talk it over with them, get mad, or clean it up yourself? Did anyone say clean it up yourself? Uh-oh, it doesn't look like that's right. You could clean it up yourself, but what'll happen if you keep cleaning up yourself?
Do it yourself.
You might end up getting mad at your roommate or your family member because you've cleaned up after them so much. So like our other problems, you might see a theme here. We should talk it over. What can we say? Please turn it down. Will that help with the microwave? This is mine. Please use yours. Should we have 2 different microwaves? No, we don't need that many microwaves. It's fine to take turns and use it. Take turns using it or wait for each other to get done. Please clean up after yourself. Yes, if your roommate or classmate is using the microwave and making a mess, you can say, please clean up after yourself. You could also ask if they need help or if you can show them how to do it. Remember, we have those snazzy lids that prevent our microwaves from getting all splattered. All right, 2 more problems. Your roommate does not take out the garbage. You always take out the garbage. Now, I know some of you enjoy that job very much. So we'll pretend you don't like taking out the garbage, especially because you have to do it all the time. What should you do? Should you keep doing it yourself? That didn't help with the microwave, did it? Should we get mad? No, we should talk it over. And what can we say?
Talk it over.
Should we say, please turn it down? Or we need to take turns with this? We need to take turns with this.
We need to take turns with this.
I'll take the trash out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays if you'll take it out the other days. On Saturday, we can do it together. And last problem on our activity today, your roommate always comes into your room without knocking. They come blasting in the door. How would you feel if that happened to you? I bet you would be a little bit mad. Is getting mad at your roommate going to help? Probably not.
Talk it over.
Like all of our other roommate problems, the best solution is to talk it over. And what could we say to our roommate? Please clean up after yourself. Wait, what's our problem? You're coming in without knocking. Or, please respect my privacy. Knock first. That's right. Please respect my privacy and knock before you enter my room. All right. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you've had fun learning about different people's different learning situations and thinking about where you would like to live. I will see you again soon.